Hello and welcome to Newsroom series on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Today our focus is on the Southwest region, but first we'll serve you with our top stories. 3 persons have been shot dead by suspected herdsmen this morning while working on their farm in Yelwata, while 3 others are in critical condition with gunshot injuries from that attack. The news of the early morning attack got to Yelwata community, which led to another protest by women of the community against what they describe as the failure of soldiers to respond to the attacks on time, leaving the police and the youth mobilized to the area to repel the herdsmen. Confirming the incident to Channels Television in a telephone conversation, Mr. Matthew Nyam, a former special advisor on education, says attempts by his and many leaders to persuade the women to vacate the federal highway connecting Benue and Nasarawa states has been rejected, as the women insist soldiers leave their communities for allegedly refusing to protect them. In his words, this morning, 3 persons have been killed by Fulani herdsmen, while 3 others have been discovered with severe gunshot injuries from the attack, leaving them in critical condition as we speak. This prompted another protest by women from Yelwata community on the renewed killings, and I have called the women, along with some of our leaders, to leave the road, but they insist the soldiers must leave Yelwata since they do not want to protect them. Also, the Commissioner of Police is there at the moment trying to handle the matter, while I have sent message to the Secretary to Guma local government to reach out to the chairman to intervene on the matter. When contacted, however, the chairman of Guma local government area, Mr. Morris Oworu, confirmed the incident and the protest at Yelwata, but assures that he was heading to the scene to deal with the situation. He has since appealed for all to work for peace. Gunmen have struck Babanla community in the Feludun local government area of Kwara State, killing 5 people, including police officer Adejumo Wasiu. Security forces comprising the Nigerian Army, police, the DSS operatives, and local vigilantes swiftly launched a manhunt for the attackers. The assault forced many residents to flee to neighboring communities for safety. The Kwara State Police Command says the Commissioner of Police has ordered sustained armed patrols, intensified intelligence gathering, and the deployment of specialized tracking teams. The Director General of the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, Major General Babatunde Alaya, stressed the country's push for self-sufficiency in arms and ammunition production, which is guided by the DICON Act 2023, which mandated local procurement of military hardware. The DG DICON explains the importance of such partnerships and why the country will produce not only ammunition and weapons, but also drones, security vehicles, and fast assault crafts. Speaking this morning on our breakfast program, Sunrise Daily, he notes that these collaborations aim at cutting down on foreign dependence by 2027, as well as boost local technological innovation and position Nigeria as a hub for defense manufacturing.
We are going to be producing ammunition with SP Offshore. We are going to be producing ammunition with D7G. We are going to be producing ammunition with Roving Guard. We are going to be producing ammunition with CSI. We are going to be producing AK-103 with D7G in the next 2 months. We're expecting, we have completely knocked down parts from different countries, about 10,000. So we bring them to Nigeria, to DICON, and we assemble them as our own DG103. And we market within Nigeria and export excess capacity outside. So it's not just the infrastructure. We are training human capital development. We are sending some of our personnel to different countries, China, Turkey, to go and learn the technology. So we are not inviting just the original equipment manufacturer to bring the machine and just to come and install. We are training technical hand. We are building human capital resource, and we are leveraging on the technology that is already available outside. We are not reinventing the wheel because it will be difficult to reinvent the wheel. So we are bringing the technology and we are domesticating their use and production. And in all this partnership, DICON will be fully in charge, either it's ammunition production, weapon production, or equipment production. DICON will be fully in charge. DICON will control, will be responsible for security of the premises, will be part of the production, will be responsible for the production, will be the only one to market and sell under the guidance and directive of the Honorable Minister of Defense and Honorable Minister of Defense, State for Defense. So we will be in full control of whatever we are doing with our partners.
The Department of State Services, on behalf of the federal government, has arraigned 5 persons accused of being masterminds of the deadly June 5, 2022 attack on St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State, which claimed 40 lives. The suspects, Idris Omeza, Al-Qasim Idris, Jamiu Abdul Malik, Abdul Halim Idris and Momo Abubakar, who appeared before Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court Abuja, pleaded not guilty to the 9-count charge preferred against them. Following their plea of not guilty, the trial judge fixed August the 19th this year for trial, just as he ordered the suspects to be remanded in the custody of the Department of State Services. Although the prosecutor declined speaking on the matter, the defense counsel applauds the arraignment of the suspects. The Nigerian Union of Pensioners, representing various agencies including NITEL, MTEL, FRCN, FMW, Nigeria Railway Corporation, have staged a protest over alleged unpaid entitlement up to 35 months pension arrears and non-payment of 35,000 naira palliative and 32,000 naira pension increment. The pensioners say they want the federal government to give a specific time for payment. They, however, decry their untold hardship, as they say some of them cannot take home the 30,000 naira per month as their pension. In Ogun State, the government has launched the One Citizen, One Tree initiative, targeting the planting of 1 million trees across the state before the end of the planting season. Now, according to the Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Ola Oresonya, the project aims at reducing the impact of climate change, cutting greenhouse gas emissions, and create a sustainable environment.
The Ogun State government has unveiled a major environmental campaign called the One Citizen, One Tree initiative. It is planning to plant 1 million trees across the state before the end of this planting season. State Commissioner for Forestry, Mr. Taiwo Oludotun, represents Governor Dapo Abiodun at the State Tree Planting Day held at the Governor's office in Abeokuta. The government reaffirms its commitment to creating a safe and healthy environment. It is also warning that it will enforce existing laws to stop illegal tree felling in the state.
Tree planting is no longer ceremonial, it is civic responsibility as well as moral. Each tree we plant today is a silent soldier fighting erosion, air pollution, desertification, and climate-induced disasters. Each tree is a legacy of life, shade, food, and healing.
The project involves multiple ministries, including forestry, environment, housing, and physical and urban development, along with development partners.
Thank you, sir.
The State Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Ola Oresonya, is urging stakeholders to embrace urban afforestation, where he promises incentives for the best-performing schools, communities, and industries in tree planting.
We need to be conscious of planting trees, not just in our forests, not just in the rural areas, but also strictly in our urban centers. Most of our cities are growing seriously in Ogun State. When we look at the population growth in Ogun State, our annual growth rate is close to about 15 to 16% annual growth rate in Ogun State, especially in the fringes, that is in our border towns. We are growing seriously.
The Forestry Commissioner says the state is reviving 4 forest reserves and is determined to plant the 1 million trees within the season alongside other environmental initiatives.
Launching the One Citizen, One Tree campaign across all 20 local governments. Our target is to plant 1 million trees before the end of the planting season this year. To establish community trees nurseries in each local government. To train 500 youths and women as green ambassadors. To integrate tree planting into our school curriculum and market sanitation programs.
At the end of the event, seeds are being given to schools and community development associations, followed by symbolic tree planting as part of Ogun State's urban afforestation program.
Authorities at the Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife have enlisted the Osun State Police Command in the search for a missing female student, Dorcas Oseghale, who has not been seen for 5 days now and counting. A university spokesperson, Abiodun Olarewaju, says the chemistry undergraduate with matriculation number CHM 2021-165 was last spotted around 8 p.m. on August the 6th this year near the Ede Road axis of the campus after setting out to buy some food. Repeated calls to her 2 phone lines reportedly fails to connect. Meanwhile, Vice-Chancellor Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamire is appealing to the police and other security agencies to help intensify efforts in order to locate her. All right, for more on the missing OAU student Dorcas Oseghale, I'm now joined by the head press and public relations of the Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife, Mr. Abiodun Olarewaju, to give an update on Miss Oseghale's disappearance since August the 5th this year. Thank you for joining us on Newsroom series.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so very quickly, let's look at the situation. Can you give us or provide an update on the current efforts made to locate Dorcas Oseghale since her disappearance on that fateful day of August the 6th?
Well, as I'm talking to you now, we've not seen her, and we've not heard anything about her whereabouts either from anybody. But the university administration, led by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Simeon Bamire, together with the Honorable Commissioner of Police in Osun State here, and the Director of SSA, are putting their men, on red alert and asking them to fish out this lady. And we are praying by the grace of God that we'll be able to see this girl alive.
All right, so of course we know that the Osun State Police Command has been asked to come into this situation and see how Dorcas can be located. But what exactly are the specific steps the university is taking, in collaboration with the Osun State Police to aid the investigation so that Dorcas can be found as soon as possible?
Well, as far as I know, and the only one I want to defer to the public, because this is a security issue, is that the authorities of OAU, together with our security unit and the Osun State Police Command and the Directorate of SSS, are working hand in hand to ensure that Dorcas is brought back at life. And just that for now.
So you can't tell us if there have been any credible leads or sightings reported in the past 5 days?
That might not be, the issue now. The issue is that the security agencies might not want us to say anything.
All right, so how is the university engaging with students and the campus community, to gather information that could assist in finding Dorcas? Because I'm sure now a whole lot of students and, of course, the university community will be concerned about her disappearance and might probably be willing to help in one way or the other.
And see how things work out. And by the grace of God, I'm believing that we'll see this young girl alive, ill and hearty.
So are there any safety measures or advisories being issued to students following this incident?
Well, we've always put some things in place like that, because like the hostel accommodation we have in the school, cannot contain all our students. So some of our students are staying outside the campus, and we've always, told our students to be their brother's keepers, and they should watch out for students who are their roommates, who are their flatmates, who are their housemates, the departments, the names, the phone number, so that if anything untoward, happens, God forbid, so they'll be able to get in touch with us, my office first, and the office of the Chief Security Officer.
Speak to us on the security situation really at the university campus. I'm sure this is one incident probably may not have happened or may have happened after perhaps others in the past. We can't really tell when we've experienced such a situation. But speak to us about the security situation in the university, and is this coming as a rather a big surprise, to the university over this disappearance of Dorcas, the student?
Well, I can tell you loud and clear that this is coming to us as a surprise because we've not had such things before, that students outside our campus, they just finished their exams less than 2 weeks ago, and students who stay outside the campus are free to go home, and most of them can also stay because their rentage is for a whole year. So most of them can decide to stay so that they will, so to say, finish their money, spend their money concerning the rentage. But it is only the students who are within the campus here, who are residents on the facilities of the university, in our hostels there, that can be asked to go home, maybe for the renovation. But as far as the security situation within the campus is concerned, by the grace of God, we are up to date, because we have just two, major, links to the university. There is what we call Route 1, adequately secured, and we have one other route called Route 7, also adequately secured. So even the bush paths are also manned by our, there are some people we call guards, university guards, not other guards now. So who are hunters, who monitor the movement within the bush. Even if you say you are a farmer there, so they want to know your identity, who gave you this, when have you been doing all these things. So any movement of one or two persons within our, university campus that is not within the main campus, they are always being challenged by our hunters and our guards. So as far as we know, the security situation on campus is okay. But those who are living outside the campus, our students that are also living outside the campus, are also being monitored, because whether they are living off campus or within the campus, they are our students, and we must serve as local parentee to them. So we monitor them too, and that is why if anything happens to any of our students outside, so myself or any other university official, I can ask the CSO to follow me to the house where they stay and ask the question from either the agent or the landlord. These are our students, and we cannot allow anything to happen to them. Their parents handed them over to us alive, and we must hand them over to their parents alive with their degrees. So that's why we don't limit the security situation and the welfare of our students to those who stay within our campus alone.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Mr. Abiodun Olariwaju, Head, Press and Public Relations, Obafemi University, Ile-Ife. We thank you for your time on Newsroom Series. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
When we come back after the break, the Ondo State government has inaugurated the local emergency management committees in all its 18 local government areas. Find out after this. Stay with us. Welcome back. As part of efforts to tackle natural emergencies and disasters at the grassroots, the Ondo State government is inaugurating local emergency management committees in all 18 local government areas of the state. The Deputy Governor, Dr. Olaide Adelami, is saying that since local governments are closest to the people, they now should be ready to respond quickly to emergencies in their respective areas.
Ondo State is one of the states in Nigeria experiencing heavy flooding since the beginning of the year. To address this, the state government is taking steps to handle emergencies from the grassroots.
Commissioners too are coming in the house.
A key step is the inauguration of the local emergency management committees in the 18 local government areas of the state. Speaking at the ceremony in Akure, the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Amidu Takuro, stresses the need for all stakeholders to work together in disaster management.
The first level respondent to emergencies should be the local government area council because of its closeness to the people. Committees should understand and see the task as service to humanity. Disaster of larger magnitude beyond this capacity of the local government can be escalated to the state government through the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA.
In their goodwill messages, the Director, Southwest Zone National Emergency Management Agency and Vice Chairman, Ilaje Local Government Area, commended the initiative and they pledged their full support towards strengthening local structures, building capacity and ensuring communities are better equipped to handle disasters.
Since disaster is localized is at the local government level, being the nearest people to the people, the nearest organs of government to the people, they will be able to prepare as early as possible by responding to disaster management at their locality level. So the essence of here is to assist the state government, assist the federal government in ensuring that adequate data, reliable data are generated from the local source to allow us to plan for disaster management at the locality level.
I am assuring you that we, the Vice Chairman, will take up the challenge. We will perform the work very excellently, sir. So all the riverine area will be touched, including the Igbokoda, downward to waterside. Everywhere will be looked for. We will look to area that there is a challenge, especially the flood from Ayetoro downward to Aromi at Igbokoda also. Even the past flood even affected me in my house seriously. Carry some of my property even away. But we thank God that we're still alive. I know with the power of God and the help of our governor, and everything will be solved.
With the inauguration of the local emergency management committees across all 18 local government areas, Ondo State is taking a proactive step towards grassroots disaster preparedness and response. By empowering local leaders and strengthening community-based structures, the state is ensuring that when emergencies strike, help will be swift, coordinated, and effective.
We're still in Ondo, and this time the state government is organizing a forum to train livestock farmers, public health officers, and other stakeholders on workplace safety and health. The program, according to the organizer forum, focuses on livestock farmers' protection from daily risks and hazards while improving food quality and security.
In Akure, the Ondo State government is holding a 4-day discussion on occupational health and safety for livestock farmers and public health officers. The training aims to equip participants with practical skills to handle health, safety, and mental challenges that come with livestock production. The event is organized by the State Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project. The Director of Animal Husbandry Services, Ministry of Agriculture, Ondo State, Mr. Raphael Ojo, stresses that the training is to promote food security, income generation, and better food quality.
I urge every one of us here, policymakers, agricultural extension officers, health professionals, farm owners, and farmers themselves to prioritize occupational health and safety in all our actions. Let us work together to create a farming environment where safety is not optional, but essential.
Other stakeholders highlight the need to make such training frequent.
They will go through the rudiments of occupational health and safety, understanding the terminologies, the key professional ethics. Then we'll take them through the types of hazard, take them through risk management procedures. They will be taken through the principles of PPE, that's a personal protective equipment. It's not just wearing it. How do you know that there's need for it?
It's one of the best trainings so far organized, in the state. And good enough that it's organized by Press. Yeah, that is for the safety of the farmers, the safety of the workers, and the safety of the people in the environment too.
The organizer of the Ondo State Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project believes that the program has helped reinforce the connection between farmers' welfare, food security, and income generation.
As part of efforts at having smoother and seamless clearance and facilitate trade across Nigerian ports and borders, the Nigeria Customs Service says all is set to migrate from the current fast-track scheme to the globally recognized Authorized Economic Operators AEO program. Addressing stakeholders, including importers, clearing agents, and members of the organized private sector at the event held in Lagos, the Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeni, explains that the AEO program represents a paradigm shift in the way the customs interacts with the private sector.
Representing the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeni, is the Zonal Coordinator for Zone A, Charles Oribo. He explains the service's commitment to replacing the fast-track scheme with the AEO framework as a paradigm shift from gatekeeping to partnership.
A new direction for trade facilitation in Nigeria is what we are talking about as far as this stakeholders' commitment is concerned. The theme of the event is from fast track to authorized economic operators, enhancing trade facilitation and supply chain security in Nigeria is both timely and strategic. It captures the direction of our reforms at the Nigeria Customs Service, which aim to support legitimate trade, enhance economic competitiveness, and strengthen national security through smarter, more collaborative, more cooperative approaches.
The man in the helm of affairs and his team walked the participants through the workability of the global scheme.
The AEO program now provides a more robust, internationally recognized mechanism that rewards compliant economic operators and strengthens supply chain security through structured validation and risk segmentation. This migration is taking place within the broader framework of NCS reform, one that is anchored on transparency, efficiency, and evidence-based compliance management.
The fast track scheme has focuses only on one area in the supply chain, which is imports. AEO focuses on all players involved in the supply chain, which is the importers, the exporters, the freight forwarders, the warehouse owners, the logistics people, and all of that.
Then a shared experience with the old and new project.
What we are appealing to the Nigerian customs, if we are closing fast track and will not have quite number of companies on AEO, that means going forward, business will be made difficult for manufacturers. And what we left in the time past will repeat itself. So at this forum, we're enjoying the Nigerian customs to look at some of the conditions that while so many of our members may not be able to meet up immediately.
The Authorized Economic Operator Program is a globally recognized system that speeds up cargo clearance, reduces inspections, and strengthens supply chain security. When in full swing by December 2025, it will lead to a structured, risk-based, and transparent trade facilitation project.
And with that, we draw the curtain on the program Newsroom series. Many thanks for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun.